Nation, you already know what time it is, man. Wipe them feet. Let's get it. Yo, shout out to everybody here in the building already. I see you guys, Chris, Ryan, Anthony, Armando, Crispin, Cam Gilbert, Glenn Martinez. Shout out to Tyler Raider, man. Also, shout out to everybody watching on Twitter. If you want to get your comments in, you guys, jump over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 17,000, you guys, and it's all because of you guys. I appreciate y'all. We're already almost at 200 people in the building. Wipe them feet on your way in. You know what time it is, man. Shout out to Raider John, my brother. Yes, we got to talk about this, you guys. We have to talk about it, man, because there's a lot of speculation behind the scenes. There's a lot going on that needs to be unpacked with this Josh McDaniels situation. And I'm gonna bring a couple takes, you know what I'm saying? And let me know, you guys, how you feel about it, because I have a lot to say about this experimental situation with Josh McDaniels right now. And I'm going to definitely speak on Ziegler as well. You know what I mean? And we're going to talk about Mark Davis and if he is in panic mode at this point, because we all know yesterday that he, right after the game, took Josh McDaniels into a private room and they talked for an extensive amount of time. And the way Josh McDaniels approached the press conference, I don't know if you guys see it, but his body language said something, right? And there's a lot of stuff now coming out behind the scenes, you guys. Shout out to everybody, man, that you know, I'm not going to say too much, but there's a lot that's about to be on the surface here soon if something doesn't happen here shortly. That's all I can pretty much say. We're 0-3 right now, you guys. This is the part that sucks about this, right? We lost to Arizona. We get that. You lose to the Chargers. You lose to the Tennessee Titans. Those are 2 conference losses. Those are the kind of L's that can come back to bite you in the ass at the end of the season if you're on a playoff run, right? And right now, we can't even think about the playoffs. I think we're like, what, a 2% to get in at this point. All we need to do is get a win. And watching Denver, look how they looked last night. I'm going to tell y'all right now, if we don't beat Denver, that might be it for Josh McDaniels. We have 2 back-to-back division games. Broncos, and then we got the Chiefs on the road at Arrowhead Monday night. To be real, you guys, 1-4 will not cut it at the bye week. From what I'm hearing, and I could be completely wrong. The people I know, too, could be completely off. What I'm hearing is this: if it ain't 2-3 going into the bye week, you guys, Josh McDaniels is out of here. I'm telling y'all right now, Mark Davis has a short leash on Josh McDaniels moving forward. If we are not 2-3, not 1-4, if you don't go out and beat the Broncos and the Chiefs, Josh McDaniels is packing his shit up and he might be up out of here, man. That's all I'm going to say. And I want to break this down too, you guys. Everybody always says, right, that in New England, Josh McDaniels always used to turn these no-name receivers into big-time guys, right? And tell me what you guys think of this take. You know, the no-name guys, you know what I'm saying? They just out of nowhere, they produce in New England, right? Josh McDaniels has never had this kind of weaponry at his disposal, as an OC in New England, even as a head coach in Denver. This man is in over his head at this point. I don't think that this guy even knows how to deal with the kind of talent that he has. And this is coming from someone that was very high on this hiring. You guys know this. I was very high on bringing in Josh McDaniels. My first option that I wanted to bring in was Doug Peterson. The other option was Byron Leftwich. I don't think he knows how to deal with this kind of talent. I think right now he's overthinking himself. You have Devontae Adams. You have Darren Waller. You have Josh Jacobs, who only ran the ball 13 times. I get it. He was sick, right? He missed some practice time. I don't know if they wanted to run him to the ground, but there's no excuse when you're 3rd and 3 in a red zone situation in 4-down territory and you don't run the ball twice. There's no reason. I don't think that Josh McDaniels knows what to do with all this talent around him. I don't think he does. I don't. I think that he is in over his head. I don't think that he knows how to utilize a Devontae Adams. Doesn't know how to utilize a Hunter Renfrow. The writing is still, I got to still kind of put my brakes on the Darren Waller situation because he has utilized him in certain situations and he still targeted him a lot. We see DC still going to Waller even though he's having a drop problem right now. But I'm really starting to believe that, Josh McDaniels at this point is in over his head. You look at it like this, right? Mac Hollins at this point is the number one option. He has the most receiving yards on his team. He got a TD. We went to him at crunch time, back-to-back plays. You know what I'm saying? No, we didn't go to him back-to-back plays. Well, kind of, sort of. Yes, we did. The long catch that got us in the red zone, and then he got the TD after Keelan Cole dropped a clear pass. But I'm going to say this. Moving forward, McDaniels' leash has gotten very, very much shorter. These next 2 games are must-win games. I don't want to hear any more excuses, you guys, about, oh, man, we're 0-3, but we were in on every game. Yeah, we were, but it doesn't matter. Good teams, good coaching, you win those kind of games. You were out-coached by Vrabel. You were out-coached by Kingsbury. You were out-coached, by the Chargers head coach, Brandon Staley. Everything right now, as sad as this is, you guys, we're 0-3, but everything right now, Rashawn Slater, star left tackle for the Chargers, is out for the season. Herbert is hurt. He is reeling right now. They just got blown out by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Denver can't score for shit, you guys. That offense is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And Kansas City kind of got, I don't want to say exposed by the Indianapolis Colts, but they lost to a pretty bad at this point Colts team this early on in the season. The AFC West is still very much wide open. If Josh McDaniels doesn't get this done the next 2 weeks, you guys, going into the bye week, I do believe we will have a new head coach. I don't know who that head coach is. I don't know if we just have somebody inside the building. We pull a Rich Bisaccia kind of situation and just bring one of our coaches up. I don't know if that's Patrick Graham at this point. I don't know who it is. I just know that 1-4 is not going to cut it going into the bye week. And what's the best time to get rid of your head coach? When you got one extra week of prep in order to get your team right going into a new head coaching situation. Shout out to Pacey and man, Sean Payton on Mark Davis meeting with McDaniels. Thank God it wasn't Al Davis because this is facts. Mark wouldn't even look. Al wouldn't even say, "You're out of here. You're out of here." 0-3 after bringing in Devontae Adams, after doing all this, all this exciting offseason shit. Al would have gave up. This is facts, Pace. Sean Payton was not woofing about anything about that. Shout out to my dog, Teo. Mick calling plays can't get any worse, needs a chance. I'm going to say this, man. I said this before. I said this yesterday. I think that Mick Lombardi is going to be, if we lose this next game, you guys, he'll probably be in the scapegoat. If we end up losing to Denver in Allegiant Stadium, I do believe Mick Lombardi will probably be fired because of Zeke and Josh McDaniels trying to cover their ass. It's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough because if you don't win these next 2 games, I'm telling y'all now, going into the bye week, this man, Josh McDaniels, I said the first 2 weeks, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Give him a little chance to cook. But now you're 0-3. 0-3. And things aren't getting better, you guys. It's not getting better. It's only getting worse. And there's more injuries piling up. Shit can get really, 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 really bad moving forward, you guys. The only thing that I think that's lucky about this team right now is going into Sunday knowing we're playing against a Denver Broncos team that is 2-1, but they're still a terrible team. But I have to say this also, you guys, about the Denver Broncos. The thing about this is they're finding ways to win, right? They're finding ways to win. They're 2-1, a terrible 2-1 at this point. But these guys are still finding a way to win. That's what teams do. That's what good teams do. You know what I mean? There's nothing better than winning those terrible tight games while you're still figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? Denver's still figuring it out. But they're finding ways to still put up victories in a win column. We're not doing that. We're just not a good team at all right now, you guys, because those kind of teams pile up those wins. It doesn't matter how you get them. Doesn't matter how you get them. There's nothing like piling up W's while you're still trying to figure the situation out. And this coaching is terrible. You ran the ball 13 times yesterday with Josh Jacobs. He was running the ball really good. There's no way to go away from that. Like I said before, there's no fucking excuse on 3rd and 3, 4-down territory, goal line situation. You have a workhorse like Josh Jacobs. You need 3 yards. There's no fucking reason Josh doesn't get the ball 2 times in a row. 2 times in a row. I don't understand why we're still passing the ball. I don't get it. Shout out to my dog, Leo. This doesn't fall on Carr. Has anyone seen Jones? Leo, this falls on everyone. We have to stop doing the whole Carr shit. I'm not going to turn this into a Carr bashing show. I'm not going to do that because you guys already know how I feel about Derek Carr. This definitely falls on Carr, though, Leo. You can't do that. It falls on everybody. This guy is the quarterback of this team. How does nothing fall on Derek Carr? That's the problem I have with guys, you know, with a lot of our fan base. Why can't he take some of this shit? Why as a quarterback, why can't we place a nice bit of blame on our quarterback's shoulders? That's the most important position on the football field. You can't place any of that on DC? Come on, man. We got to stop doing that shit. And definitely, I haven't seen Jones. I don't know where Chandler Jones is. I feel like he's just spending that $50 million on the strip and having a ball at our expense. I'll say that. This is facts. At least Carr ran for 2 first downs. William, I mean, I'll take that. You know what I mean? Let me see. He's not calling the plays. I'm not doing that with y'all today. I'm not doing that with y'all today, man. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet. If you're not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Shout out to my dog, Primos. Josh McDaniels' play calling has been suspect, but I still think we shouldn't fire him. Also, Josh McDaniels treats Derek Carr like he's Tom Brady. He trusts DC too much. It can go either way, Primos, right? And appreciate you on a donation, King. Does he trust him too much or does he trust him too little? Because, you know, a lot of guys are saying that, you know, Josh McDaniels is force feeding his guys. He's making Derek Carr look, you know, where he wants him to go. And the way Derek Carr even spoke at that presser about, I'm just trying to go where Josh McDaniels wants me to go. Is it trusting him? I don't think he trusts him enough, to be honest. And I think that's actually a tough pill to swallow at this point. Look, if DC is going to be our quarterback, right? I got to say this. If this is the guy that this coaching staff thinks can turn this thing around, right? Why not put the ball in his hands and say, go out there and play your game? Go out there and play your game. If this is our guy, Why is Josh McDaniels saying, Derek Carr, you're a 3-time Pro Bowl guy, former MVP candidate in 2016 before you broke your leg. Go out there and play your game. You know your receivers, you know your O-line. Go out there and run it. Do whatever you need to do, right? Yes, DC has fumbled, and I don't mean it literally, but I mean in certain instances with audible and out of situations and shit like that. But if you're going to go out, right, if you're 0-3, I feel like this, at least go out knowing that your quarterback is out there doing whatever he can do to get it done. If he is handcuffing his quarterback, that is unacceptable. Because right now, if you don't trust your quarterback, because we all heard, right, that Derek Carr was one of the main reasons why Josh McDaniels came over. If you're decidingly handcuffing your quarterback, Josh McDaniels really got to go. You really got to get the fuck out of here at this point. You know what I mean? But you guys, we have to understand this is Josh McDaniels' fault. This is Darren Waller's fault. This is Derek Carr's fault. This is Patrick Graham's fault. This is Mick Lombardi's fault. This is David Ziegler's fault. This is Mark Davis's fault. This is our fault for still fucking buying into this shit, right? It's everyone's fault. Anyone that lives under this shield and dies by this shield, it's all of our fault at this point. We're still supporting this shitty product, and all these guys are still doing whatever they do, still running up their bag. Shout out to Lucky King. Talking about Carr, Dave is already scouting for QBs. If Carr or anyone isn't doing their job, they will get the boot. Yeah, Lucky, and I don't know if you guys know what Lucky's talking about or what he was referring to, but he has been at some college games, kind of looking at, some talent next year. We all know this is a deep quarterback class. I think the following year, though, may even be deeper, to be totally real with you. But he has definitely been out moving and shaking and trying to get his eyes on some future talent. Not only quarterbacks, though, Lucky, but, probably some defensive tackles, probably some O-linemen. You know what I mean? He's just out there scouting talent at this point. But I definitely do believe, and I said this on yesterday's live, that I think Derek Carr still has this year and next year. I do. I think that we draft a quarterback next year. You have Derek Carr, if we continue to shit the bed this season, be your bridge quarterback next year, and you get your rookie up to speed, and then you move on from him. Because the way Zig designed that contract was very, very smart. You can kind of move on from DC without even having to worry about any money like that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, shout out to Lucky, man. Shout out to my dog Jesse as well. Docs, why can't we start Kuntz over Chandler? At this point, those are Cleese reps. Jesse, right? They're Cleese reps. And I think because Clee can play the run. You know what I'm saying? Clee can play the run. Kuntz, I think, is more of a threat to getting to the quarterback, definitely. But I think right now, Clee is getting the most burn because he can play the run really well. You know what I mean? So I definitely, me personally, I want to see the training wheels get took off of Malcolm Kuntz. I want him to get out there and be able to ball out. But I think that these guys trust Clee more than they trust Malcolm Kuntz at this point because of his run stuff and ability. Shout out to my dog, Jesse, man. Shout out to Bling as well. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much for the donation, man. Didn't even say nothing. Just put it up there. Appreciate you, King. But what do you guys think about that? I do believe that Josh McDaniels has never dealt with this kind of talent before. And he's really lost in the sauce. I think that he's overthinking. He's under-delivering. And I don't think he knows how to deal with the Devontae Adams. I don't think he knows how to. Why is Mac Hollins looking like Devontae Adams? Why is Mac Hollins looking like Darren Waller? Why is Mac Hollins looking like Hunter Renfrow? It's like Josh McDaniels is still trying to create this star when you already have stars on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to create this guy. You know what I'm saying? My dog is wilding in the back. Trying to create this, and don't get me wrong, Mac Hollins is a GOAT right now. My dog is balling right now. But you have these guys. You have Devontae Adams. You have, Darren Waller. You have all these all-pro talents on this roster, and you're still throwing the ball all over the place to Keelan Cole. Mac Hollins is the one getting a lot of burn at this point. You know what I mean? And like I said before, you guys, I was a huge advocate for Mac Hollins coming over from the Miami Dolphins. I thought that he was definitely underutilized in Miami. And I thought that he was a great talent, big body receiver, and he's getting it done. You know what I mean? But who would have thought, you guys, week 3, going into week 4, we'd be drafting. If the draft was today, nation, we'd be drafting number 1. We would be drafting number 1 today if the draft went on today. Fucking crazy, man. I don't know if that's it, Docs. Carr is only throwing in a single coverage. Is he? I don't know about that, Andre. It looked like Waller had like 3 guys on him in the end zone with that pick. It looked as though against Arizona, was it Arizona? When Devontae Adams, he targeted, well, Devontae's going to get doubled every game. It doesn't really matter. But I don't think so. I don't think so. I've seen him throw in a triple coverage. I've seen him throw in a double. It's kind of all over the place at this point. Bro, the numbers. Tay looks defeated, man. He looks defeated right now. Did you guys see him yesterday at that presser in the locker room? Like, not the presser, but in the locker room when he was getting interviewed. He looks defeated right now, man. This guy looks like he's not even enjoying playing the game that he grew up loving. It looks as though he's not even enjoying the team that he grew up loving playing for them. My man's is out there really like looking like he's questioning football life at this point. Boys, close that door, please, because Chloe going crazy. Bring her. Never mind, y'all good. She's barking, son, really loud. There you go. This team reminds me of the 2011 Philadelphia Eagles with Chip Kelly. All these superstars on paper, and it'll falling flat on their faces. G-Town. It's about the new and improved Dream Team. Is that the team you're speaking of? Didn't they have Vic? Didn't they have Vince? Didn't they have Deshaun Jackson? Yeah, they had an all-star cast over there. This is facts. Facts, G-Town. Facts. Christopher says, Docs, this team is not responding well to McDaniels, man. Yeah, at this point, Chris, there may have to be some type of just players-only meeting. Like, what do we need to do in order to get this shit right? LaShawn McCoy, too. There you go, Leon. Shady. There you go. Shady was definitely over there. What do we need to do? Do we have to have a player-only meeting? Do we have to have these guys go up to this coach and say, what this is how we're feeling? Because I'm telling y'all now, this team looks like they don't even want to play football. It's insane. I feel like this team only shows up when the game, like actually trying to get back into it when the game is actually on the line. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these guys, there's no dog in them at this point. You know what I mean? Like, you know how you got to keep your foot on the gas? It's like these guys really don't start showing up until, oh shit, we might lose this game. Let's try and get back into it. Outside of the Arizona game where we were up dub and just didn't keep our foot on the gas, it feels like these guys are literally just like, oh shit, like they don't wake up until it's too late. Like what I don't get it. Where is this complete game? Where can we have a complete game? I don't understand it. I don't understand it, man. Are any of them enjoying this team right now? Laugh out loud. Pacing. How could they? How could they? I would be upset too, bro. Like this shit is terrible. Imagine coming out. Imagine this, you guys. We are the first team, right? We are the first team to hit training camp. Got some extra time to get right? We're the only team, well, one of the only teams. They got an extra preseason game, 1 or 2. Had extra time. Went 4-0 in preseason. All the chatter about how great we look in training camp. We had everything in our favor. An extra game to get right. Extra training camp situation where everybody showed up. Not one person was missing. Everybody showed up. And my dog over here farting and shit. She stank, y'all. God damn, Chloe, what the fuck? But we got all that, like there's no excuses in the world that this team can use. You go 4-0 in preseason, all the excitement. You have all this extra time to get right. And you still just shitting the bed consistently. Bro, my dogs stank right now. This shit is crazy. Shout out to Bling, Dox the King, for real. I don't know why we throw the ball to force it into the end zone on 3rd and 3. Bling. We were 1 for 12, I believe, yesterday on 3rd downs. 1 for 12 on 3rd downs. You know what? I wrote some notes down. Let me bring this up. I wrote some notes down. We can blame this all you want on Josh McDaniels because he needs to definitely take the grunt of this shit. 1 for 12 on 3rd down efficiency. Now we were 3 for 3 on 4th downs, right? That's great. That's great. But guess what happens if you convert on 3rd down? It's simple math, right? We're 1 for 12 on 3rd downs. We're 3 for 3 on 4th downs. If you get it right on 3rd down, you don't have to worry about being 3 for 3 on 4th down, right? I mean, it's simple math. It's simple math. You don't have to face a 4th down if you're getting it right on 3rd down. Tennessee was 5 for 10 on 3rd downs. They were the way better team, period, point blank, on 3rd downs. 1 for 12, you guys, on 3rd down. We had 10 more plays. 10 more plays on the offensive side of the ball than the Tennessee Titans and still lost by 2. We had 65. They had 55. How do you have 10 more chances than the Tennessee Titans to score and still lose by 2? And was getting beat the whole game. You had 10 more chances to get right. We had 396 yards, you guys. They had 361. So we have more yards. We have more total yards. Lost this game. We had 9 drives. They had 10. They had an extra drive. And I wonder why. Where'd that extra drive come from? A pick in the end zone. Yards per play, they had 6.6. Yards per play, we had 6.1. Derrick Henry was doing whatever the fuck he wanted to offensively. It was just too easy for him. 300 yards passing for us, 252 for them. We threw for more in the air. DC threw for 20. He had 27 out of 45 attempts. Ryan Tannehill, 19 for 27. We gave up 1 sack, you guys. We gave up 1 sack. Lost 7 yards on it. They gave up 1 sack. Lost 12 yards on it. And they had about 12, 13 more rushing yards than we did. This is where it matters the most right here, you guys. Let me show you this. This is where it matters the most. You see what that says right there? Red zone made attempts. We were 2 for 6. They were 3 for 3. And that is the motherfucking problem. You bring in a Josh McDaniels, a Devontae Adams, a big body receiver like Mac Hollins. You got Foster Moreau back healthy, ready to go. You have all these red zone options. You have a running back, Josh Jacobs, that's actually healthy now, right? You're not running him to the ground every single play like John Gruden did, right? This guy is actually ready. Like, he's actually there and ready to go. And you're still not utilizing him the way you need to utilize him. You have all the right pieces for red zone efficiency. And guess what happens? Nothing. Nothing. We're still kicking fucking field goals. You see, Dox, Waller dropped 3 TDs, end of story. Sean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro. Guess what happened, Sean? Let me say this real quick. If your mans ain't catching the football, right? What do you do in the red zone? Why did Waller drop the ball 3 TDs? Why? Run the fucking ball in. Let's not act like Darren Waller has not had the dropsies since last season, you guys. He's been dealing with the drops since last year. At this point, I'm not even going to blame Waller anymore. Josh McDaniels, Your tight end is not catching the ball. Foster Moreau is catching. Mac Hollins is catching. Devontae Adams is catching. Why are you still going to Waller? Run the fucking ball or throw the ball to the other guys that are not having a problem catching the fucking football. Devontae Adams, not having issues at all. Foster Moreau looked great out there, in his limited time yesterday. Mac Hollins is catching every fucking ball that's going to him. Why are you still going to Waller? If you're not going to run the ball, at least go to those other options that are not dropping the fucking football. It's crazy, man. All these other YouTubers trying to blow sunshine. Jose, I'm not going to do that, my brother. You know how we do over here, King. We keep it 100, man. We keep it funky over here, bro. We keep it funky over here, man. Shout out to my dogs, though. Shout out to my boys, all my people that's out there doing the YouTube shit. You know what I mean? Shout out to all them. But and that's no shade to them. But we keep it funky. If you're having a problem, if Waller is having a problem that literally followed him from last season, you're dropping the football when it matters the most. Why not run the fucking football or go to the hot hand? Why is Waller the one catching the football in the middle of the field with 3 guys on him? Why not go to Foster Moreau, a big body tight end? Why don't you go to Mac Hollins, the guy that's catching literally everything that's going to him? Or why don't you go to the guy you made the richest wide receiver in the NFL until Tyreek got his deal? How are you not going to him? That's just crazy. Rich Gannon would have closed the players' lounge until they got right. Talk that shit, David. Talk that shit, my brother. Talk that shit. Shout out to Jose. That's why I ride with you, bro. You keep it 100. Appreciate you, King. Shout out to the almost 1,000 people in the chat, man. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. But yeah, you guys. I'm at a point right now, y'all, where I feel like I don't think Josh McDaniels knows how to deal with pressure. In Denver, it showed. In New England, when everything goes right or goes wrong, you can always throw it on Bill Belichick, right? Because that's his team. You don't have to ever place the blame on Josh McDaniels in New England, ever. Bill Belichick's that guy that will take the shit into the stick because it's his team. I don't think this guy knows how to deal with pressure. I don't think he knows at this point how to deal with a bunch of different egos and personalities in the building. I don't think he knows how to read a room. And that's a problem. That's definitely a problem. Shit is crazy, man. Shout out to my dog Primos. Josh McDaniels needs to stop acting like Josh Jacobs ain't running the ball freaking great. 13 carries for 66 yards. You give 20 carries to Josh Jacobs, he easily rushes over 100 yards and would have got some TDs. Josh Jacobs still has 0 touchdowns. That's unacceptable, Primos. Look at that, you guys. Going into week 4, Josh Jacobs has 0 touchdowns. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Do we have a jug machine? We need a few. I was going to say something, but, I'm not going to do that. I might get canceled for it. Because, my thought process is just always on demon time. So, what I was going to say was probably a little crazy, but, I was going to say, fuck it. We're going to say it. Everybody was saying Darren Waller needs a jug machine. I seen Sanjit say it, right? I think he already has a set of jugs that he's focused on. You know what I mean? A set of aces. You know what I'm talking about? If Richie B had all these weapons, he would have taken us to the promised land. Sandoval, my brother, I appreciate you. And I thank you for the super, my brother. But I have to disagree with you, man. Richie B is not a head coach in this league, you guys. I promise you he's not. That's why he's a special teams guy in Chicago right now, or in Green Bay, I believe, right? Green Bay. He's not a head coach. He's not. You ever seen Sandoval? You ever seen a guy, right, that got shot like in a movie or something like that, right? And they were running, and they died later. But because of the what's the word I'm looking for? Right? When you get shot, and you just, it's like your adrenaline, right? Your adrenaline is rushing. I kind of feel like last year that's what it was. Like we got shot when Gruden got kicked out the league. We got shot when Henry Ruggs did what he did. We got shot when Damon Arnett did what he did, right? And then we were just running on adrenaline at that point. We wanted to prove everybody wrong. We weren't a great team last year, you guys. We were very, very lucky to sneak into the playoffs last year. It was an adrenaline rush. That's all it was. Richie B is not a great head. He's not a head coach, you guys. He's not a head coach. He's not. And there's a reason why he went right back to his skill set, right back to the title that got him into the NFL, which is a special teams guy. You can't look at him and say, man, if we still had Richie B. No. And that's the thing that got me mad about, everybody, all of our guys that were still, you know what? I can't say it got me mad, but all these guys were saying, Derek Carr, we would love to have Richie B back. Max saying we would love to have Richie B back. That's our guy, right? This is coming from a bunch of guys, and this is no shade to any of our guys that have never won anything. Anyone that has won a Super Bowl is not going to come out and say, Richie B's our guy moving forward. When Derek Carr and all these guys were screaming for Richie B to come back, he needs to be our, I vouch for him. I vouch for him. This is coming from guys that have never won a meaningful game in the NFL, you guys. Never. Not one. None. Now, if Tom Brady is your quarterback and he says, Rich Bisaccia needs to be our head coach, you listen. These guys have never won anything. So to hear that, it was kind of like, you guys sound like losers. And that's no shade because I love Max Crosby and I like Derek Carr. Just keeping it funky. I think Clee should start over Chandler Jones too. G-Town, I agree with you, brother. Shout out to my dog, G-Town. I agree with you, my brother. Shout out to Arlen. Good afternoon, bro. Love your show. Call me crazy, but we beating the donkeys. We better. I appreciate you, though, brother. Real chat. Man, shout out to my boy Howland, man. That's my guy. Yeah, Richie was never the answer. It sounds like anyone that says Richie B was the answer is so used to losing, you don't know how to win. Who was that back in the day that had that record? I think it was Mr. Fab, right? You're so used to losing, you don't know how to win. I 100% disagree. A head coach needs to be a great leader. X's and O's are for coordinators. Cool, Sean. Shout out to you, my brother. I respect you. I respect your opinion, but I'm going to disagree with you. Shout out to my guy, Sean. Shout out to Sanderville, man. But we had heart and unity, what we don't have today. Yeah, I mean, because we were fighting for something, right? We were like we were the NFL shit show last year, you guys. We lost so many moving parts around us, lost our head coach after the Chicago game. At that point, like I said, adrenaline. Yes, we had some heart, but let's not act as though we didn't lose some games. Bro, those games at the end of the season, we got really, really, really lucky, man. We played Cleveland. We played against the backup quarterback. We played against some of those wins. We got lucky. And don't get me wrong, it's the NFL. Not one game is easy to win in this league. But let's not act as though everything didn't kind of fall into our favor. Shit, even COVID helped us out a little bit in terms of some games and some guys going out. Let's just keep it funky, man. Let's keep it a bean. Shout out to Sandoval. Shout out to Chef, man, my dog. Gus Bradley learned how to stop the Chiefs again. You know why? He didn't learn. Well, you know what? He probably did learn. My brother keep calling me. Fingers. My brother, little bro, I will call you back. He went into that cover 4, Chef. That's what happened. He went to that cover 4. That's how you beat him. Finally, Gus Bradley said, you know what? I'm gonna get away from being so stuck on this cover 2 shit. He finally did that cover 4 shit, and guess what happened? Went out there and beat Kansas City and ended it with the INT. Ended the game with an interception. Rich rallied the troops. Pete, I can agree with you on that. But I still think it was more of anything. It was more of everybody rallying around everyone. I don't think it was just a Richie B situation. I think it was everyone coming together and say, let's go out and prove the world wrong. You know what I mean? I don't think that was a Richie B thing. I think it was everything. A Richie B, even a Greg Olsen. I know we couldn't stand him, but he's a veteran in this league. He's been around. He's been an offensive coordinator for years. You know what I mean? He's been around the league. All these guys rallied around each other. Gus Bradley, everybody. It was a joint thing. I think everybody gives Richie B more credit than what he deserves. Let's not act like Richie B wrote up anything on the offensive side of the ball. Let's not act like he wrote up anything on the defensive side of the ball. He did nothing with X's and O's. Nothing. He just went out there, played the same game that we had drawn up with weeks before, and it worked. So shout out to Richie B. I'm just saying, let's not act as though we weren't 10-7, you guys, and snuck into the playoffs. The guy went right back to being a special teams coach. Dax, what do you think about Carr throwing Mac all these balls, but versus the Chargers when all the balls were going to Tay, they said we're not spreading the ball around. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, you want to build that rapport with the best wide receiver in the game, right, Black Sunday? But Mac didn't just get most of the grunt. Let me go back and look at this real quick. I want to show you this real quick, Black Sunday, real fast, real quick, my brother. Because we can't say that Mac Hollins he made the most out of the passes that went his way. Let's just say that. Hollins had 10 targets. Adams had 10 targets. Foster Moreau had 5 targets. Josh Jacobs was targeted 6 times in the passing game. Waller was targeted 5 times. Keelan Cole was targeted 4. Brandon Bolden was targeted 2 times. To me, he's still throwing the ball around. Devontae still got the same amount of looks as Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins just definitely took, full advantage of what he had going on because Devontae was doubled up the whole game. Shout out to my dog Black Sunday, though. Let me see. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Hit them thumbs up, y'all. Let me see. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Wipe them feet. Wipe them feet. There was one that I seen on here that I wanted to bring up. Hold on. Shout out to everybody here in the building. Let me tell Fingers. Call you back. All right. Shout out to Stevie. Joe Gibbs started 0-8. He finished his career with 3 Super Bowls. Let the season play out. I'm optimistic this thing is going to get turned around. They better turn it around now. I'm telling you right now, man. You're in Las Vegas, Nevada, you guys. You don't have a long leash. This is not Oakland where people are going to show up after losing season after losing season after losing season. Mark Davis knows that. These L's piling up are fucking with Mark Davis's breadbasket, man. But I look, I'm not optimistic we're going to get better moving forward. Do I hope so? Yes, I'm a Raider fan. I hope. Wouldn't it be the greatest story ever told, Stevie, coming off a situation like last year where we made the playoffs after all this shit we endured, right? Then you get a new head coach, you get all this other shit, and you go 0-3, right? And then you somehow, some way, get your shit together, and boom. Michael Turner, I'll give you some more negativity, bro. Fuck you. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Talk about negativity, man. Hey, I hate, we live in a world now where honesty is negativity. People need to hear shit, man. You need to hear it, bro. Like, you need to hear it. If this is how I feel, how is it negativity? Yeah, we don't need weenies like you on this channel, man. So have a great time in the afterlife, King. Shout out to my brother Esteban Rivas. I appreciate you for becoming a member of the channel, my brother. I appreciate you so much. If you guys want to become a member, hit the link up top. It's definitely one of the best ways to support the channel. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. Let me get these supers. And shout out to my brother Andy in the building, too. I see my guy. Lil bro, we got to get on the show, man. We haven't been on the show in a couple of weeks. We got to do something. We definitely got to do something. Shout out to my little brother Andy, man. If you guys are not subscribed to him yet, y'all wildin'. He says accountability and urgency. Facts. Shout out to Raiders Football Talk. Daniel says most people blame Carr too much, yet others don't blame him enough. I'm here for that, Daniel. You on to something. We'll be 2-3 by the bye week and go on a run. We'll be all right. Daniel, I love the optimism, my brother. I hope you're right, King, because I don't know if I can take any more of this shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, it hurts my soul watching this team underperform week in and week out. It really, really hurts my fucking head, man. For real, for real. But, hey, I'm here for it. If we can go 2-3 into the bye, I definitely believe moving forward we'll get our shit together, because that's where we kind of hit that lighter part of our schedule, the New Orleans of the world, the Jacksonvilles of the world. You know what I mean? But we do go on the road back-to-back weeks, you guys. That is a tough task in the NFL. But I'm here for it, though, Daniel. Shout out to my dog, Black Sunday. Are you like me? I don't give a fuck about these pressers no more. Facts. I don't want to hear no talk anymore. I just want to say, I want action. Bring action. Fuck talking. All these guys, we need to get our shit together. Oh, losing is shitty. We need to learn how to win. Bro, fuck all that. I want to see these guys go to the presser and say, I don't want to talk about nothing. I want to get back on the football field and get our shit together. Y'all have a great day. That's what I want to see from these football players. I don't want to see them, we're just, we got it, we're getting it together, and we in spurts we look good and then we look bad, and I don't want to hear any of that shit. That shit look bad. That shit looks terrible. Be about action, man. I deleted everybody in my life that was all about talk. Oh, one day I'm going to do this. One day I'm going to do that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this the next day. Do that shit now. Do it now. Be about what you're talking about. Shout out to Andre. Tay-Day never dropped. I blame Doc. I'm not dropping it. Fuck, I'm going to drop a Raider record for it, and we're 0-3. Remember I was telling you about that last night, man? I said, thank God I ain't dropped Tay-Day. That's funny though, Andre. Shout out to my dog, man. Shout out to my brother Primos again. Once my dog, man. Late in the game, the commentator said, I'm not for force feeding anyone, but in this case, where's 17? Since Raiders aren't establishing a run, this was late in the game. Yeah, if you're not going to run the ball, go to your guys. If you're not going to run the ball, at least go to the all-pro guys. Fuck it. I'm all for force feeding Devontae Adams if you're not gonna utilize Josh Jacobs, if you're not gonna utilize Zeus, if you're not gonna utilize all these other guys that we got like 6 fucking running backs, man. Britton Brown, Brandon Bolden. Like what are we doing? Amir Abdullah. Where the fuck is Amir Abdullah? But Primos, my brother, man, love you, King. Appreciate you, my guy. You already know. Yeah, man. Shout out to Raider Sal too. Docs, like you, I was like, fuck. Pissed after this game yesterday. At the minimum, we should be 2-1 today. I'm a hardcore Raider fan, and I'm done with all these fucking excuses. Factory outlet, my brother. Factory, man. I'm telling y'all now, man. 1-4 and going into the bye week. Josh McDaniels is out of here, y'all. He's out of here. I'm telling y'all now. If we're not 2-3 after Arrowhead Monday Night Football, I'm telling you, man. Shout out to Johnny, man, my dog. Team is reflection of coach. Soft as fuck. Every snap, guys in silver getting knocked backwards. Don't think this team is bought into McDaniels BS. You might be right, Johnny. It looks like that. Real shit. These guys are like don't even want to be out there, man. Real shit. Shout out to my dog, Johnny, man. My boy out there doing his wrestling shit. Shout out to my boy, man. Shout out to Lucky King once again. What a 20-piece. My brother, I appreciate you, King. There was a report from PFF that the Raiders would trade Clee to the Browns for a 2023 fifth-round pick since Clee's production has been declining. Would that be ideal? I mean, to be real, if you can get a fifth out of Clee, hell yeah. Hell yeah. That would be great. But at this point, we need Clee. With Chandler Jones non-existent, that man is a ghost out there. A ghost. Oh, Derek, I did not say the Jaguars were a free win, my brother, at all. At all. They showed that yesterday. Got a great head coach in Doug Peterson that's won a Super Bowl. I'm not looking past them at all. But no, Lucky King at this point, nose ring, no booger, y'all. Nose ring, no booger. I'm keeping Clee. Like, do you take a fifth rounder? Just say that was real, right? Say we had we can get a fifth rounder from Cleveland. At this point, why? At this point, you're getting rid of another defensive end that can move inside and out. You know what I mean? good against the run, and you have a guy that's non-existent that's getting $50 million plus in Chandler Jones. I just, I'm good with that. I'm cool. At this point, Lucky, look, y'all can keep the 5th. Let me keep clean. Wipe the feet, y'all. Yeah, DeMarcus, this is facts. Look, I will talk shit all day about Darren Waller, his rapping ability. Because as an artist, I'm going to be real, I take offense to what he does sometimes in the studio. I'm going to be real. I feel as an artist, right, as being a competitive MC, I can say Darren Waller is asparagus in a booth. Would I ever disrespect him as a human being? No, not at all. Will I call him on his shit when he's not performing on the field? Definitely. Do I want to see him succeed as a man? Definitely. I want this man to kill it, anything that he does. But that's some hoe ass shit. When you got people saying, oh, he must be back on drugs. He must be doing this. He must be doing. That's fucking terrible. Anybody that can fix their mouth to say some shit that he relapsed or this or that, that's some hoe ass shit. And I don't back any of that at all. That's fucking terrible. Terrible human beings, man. As someone that's been around, you know, my father was drug addict, you know, uncles, drug addicts, like friends, drug addicts. You don't never want to joke about no shit like that, man. At all. That shit is not cool. You know what I mean? At all. Real shit. You want him to be a knock at this point. Like, that's crazy. Shout out to Simon. I appreciate you, family. Thank you on the $5 donation, King. My brother, man. Shout out to Stevie as well. I think Josh McDaniels has learned that no one is exempt from preseason participation. He's learning as a head coach. It will get better. Stevie, I hope you're right, my brother. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Let me see. Shout out to everybody here in the building. Let's get some. I'm gonna keep you to that, Docs. Lizzie, what you mean? Keep me to what? Let me see. Shout out to Jason. I appreciate you, family. He said, Docs, great show. My dog. I appreciate you, King. Who are we beating playing like this? Raymond, nobody. Only beating us. They're beating us. We're the only ones. We're the ones that's hurting. Sean, I mean, look, at this point, bro, the Chiefs showed some chinks in their armor yesterday against the Indianapolis Colts. You know, when Gus Bradley went into that cover 4 and you know, he got Patrick Mahomes the fuck up out of there, bro. Maybe, just maybe, we could find a way to do the same thing. I don't know, man. Look, every game is winnable. I don't care what team you are. I watched our Raiders at one point. Weren't we like 0-10 when we played the Kansas City Chiefs years ago, like 2014 or some shit, right? 2014, 2015. On Thursday Night Football, go out and beat them. Beat them. That was the game where Justin Tuck got pissed at. Was it Danico Autry and Khalil Mack? I think. Was it them? Or was it? No, it was C.O. Moore dancing when they sacked Alex Smith, right? I've seen it, bro. I've seen it. Like, he can beat the Chiefs. They're a divisional team too. So those games are always up in the air. Who knows the Chiefs better than us? Who knows the Chargers better than us? Who knows the Broncos better than us? It's always a 50-50 shot to me when you play in divisional games because you study these guys all offseason. You study these teams more than anybody. Allen, man, I just hope that D. Adams doesn't regret coming to the Raiders after leaving Green Bay. I don't think he's regretting it, Allen. I don't. I just think that right now he's not having fun playing football. And who would be when you're 0-3? I don't think Devontae Adams is questioning leaving Green Bay. Those guys are 2-1. They don't look really good up there in Green Bay at all either. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be real. Like, they're missing Devontae Adams like crazy as well. I don't think he's questioning anything. I think his family is great. I think he's loving being back on the West Coast. You know what I mean? He's a hop, skip, and a jump from the Bay Area. He can go see his family anytime he wants to. I think Devontae, outside of football right now, is having the best time of his life. Who the fuck would want to live in Green Bay, Wisconsin, you guys? Who the fuck would enjoy life living in Green Bay, Wisconsin? I think Devontae's loving life right now. I just think he's hating what's going on the football field. Shout out to G-Town. Assuming if McDaniels gets canned, do you think Mick Lombardi might make a difference with the play calling if he gets elevated to intern? No. Not at all. Not at all. I think if Josh McDaniels is out of here, man, damn, you can't really get rid of both of them, right? I'll say this. If we lose Sunday, G-Town, and I think I said this before already, I think Mick Lombardi's out of here. I think that's a way of Josh McDaniels trying to cover his ass. It's an scapegoat situation. It's like, boom, okay, well, Mick Lombardi's fired. You know what I mean? I'm going to take play calling back, which we know you're calling the plays. So then come the Kansas City week, if you do fire me, who's your guy on the offensive side of the ball? I think there's look, if we lose to Denver, I'm telling y'all now, I think Mick Lombardi may be out of here just so Josh McDaniels can use that as a tool to keep himself around. Because how do you deal with that? How do you get rid of both your guys on the offensive side of the ball? At that point, what do? You make Carmen Brasillo your OC? Like what do you do? I don't know, man. Daniel, we always get red flags when we're about to score too. Or we always get flags when we're about to score too. Yeah, bullshit calls too. That holding call, bullshit. Yeah, I mean, we're the Raiders, bro. It happens year in and year out. We know how this shit go, Daniel. We already know, family. Yep, there you go. Latavius Murray had a big run against Eric Berry. It was like an 80-yarder, right? 80, 90-yarder in the KC game years back. Docs, I remember that CO game. Facts. Let me see. He said, Julio said, blow the dust off of Gruden's playbook. Shit, to be real, at this point, Julio, shit looked the same to me in the red zone. It looked the exact same. It looks like fucking Gruden is still calling the plays. Shout out to Enzo Edwards. He said, you ready for the D'Amico Ryans head coach, CJ Stroud area, bro? Bro, whatever gets it done at this point, my brother. I'm sick of fucking losing, man. For real, I'm sick of losing, man. Let me see. Oh, yeah, once again, too, shout out to T, man. While we got everybody in the building, shout out to my dog. Somebody just made an order. Shout out to my dog, Eddie Diaz, man. Went to Oaklosvegas.com and grabbed some merch. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. You got that OLV box tee, my brother. It is on the way. I just fulfilled it, King. Shout out to my dog, Eddie Diaz, man. It is on the way, my brother. Boom. Here we go. Yes, sir. Oaklosvegas.com, you guys, if you want to grab some merch. Let me see. Send Carolina a 4 for Matt Corral. At this point, I wish we would have went and drafted Malik Willis. At this point, I wish we would have went out and drafted Malik Willis. Real shit. Why is Abdullah returning balls? Where's T. Billy? Non-existent, man. Black Sunday got all these weapons. You would think with T. Billy's speed, you would utilize that on the outside to get a lot of these guys open, right? Who would have thought at this point we would sign Devontae Adams to pretty much be a decoy? You would assume with Devontae on one side, you could put T. Billy on the other side with Waller and Hunter Renfrow out there, and that speed will open up the field. I don't get it, but I don't get it, Black Sunday. I do not get it, my brother. I don't. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Raider Rob. Would you draft a quarterback? If so, then who? Yes, definitely Raider Rob. I'm definitely drafting one in the next draft. I don't care. In the first 3 rounds, I'm definitely doing that. There's a couple guys. I like, was it Will Levis? The Kentucky product. There's Stroud. I don't think he's going to be there. If we continue to lose, he'll be there. Alabama guy, we already know. There's some other guys. I did a video, Raider Rob, the other day on a breakdown of potential options at quarterback if we do decide to go another route. Go back. It's my 2 videos back, my brother. Go check it out. I broke down the options. Shout out to my dog, Freddie, man. Great show. Much respect. Raider Nation for life. My brother, I appreciate you, King. Appreciate you, my brother, on the $3 donation. And shout out to my dog, Alan, once again. I'm from Philly, and my friends and family are busting on me and my Raiders, calling them the heart attack kids, and they're Eagles fans. It's easy for Eagle fans to talk shit right now. They're looking great. Looking great. Another guy that we could have had, Allen, we could have had Jalen Hurts. Another guy that we let go right past us. We could have had Jalen Hurts. And I that draft, I wanted to go back to my draft analysis and shit that I had on that draft. I wanted Jalen Hurts. Shout out to Primos. I appreciate you, my brother. He said, best merch in the biz, man. Shout out to my dog, man. But hey, if I'm the Eagles, I'm talking big shit right now. Those guys are firing on all cylinders right now, man. AJ Brown. These, bro, Miles Sanders is cooking for me in fantasy right now. Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, like these guys are killing shit. They're killing shit. Draft will leave it. That's my guy. That's my guy. Let me see. Well, to be honest with you, let me ask you guys this. I don't think we have anybody like coaching staff wise that can take over the head coaching position. Like, I don't think we would have to go outside the doors of the headquarters to go get someone to take that spot. I'm not going with Mick Lombardi. I'm not. Patrick Graham has never been a head coach in this league. Where do you go? You go to Ryan? Senior advisor? Like, where do you go? You gonna go to Rob Ryan and have to be a head coach? At this point, it probably have to be Patrick Graham. Sucks, man. Paul, I'm telling y'all now, brother, I don't see it at all, King. I really see this dude going to the Dallas Cowboys. Real shit. I don't see it. Oh, yeah, you definitely aren't. So you're not allowed to hire a head coach mid-year. So, yeah. So, but what I mean, though, Buzz, is moving forward, right? You're going to have, yes, you're right. You're going to have to go with somebody inside the building at this point for the rest of the season. You are it had to be Patrick Graham. It have to. It have to, unless it's Rob Ryan. And I don't know how, I don't know how that will work. I don't know how that would work. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Just came up on an hour, man. I just wanted to come shoot this shit with you guys. I'm telling y'all right now, from what a lot of people are saying behind closed doors, what a lot of people are saying that's close ties to that building, that if we lose one more game before that bye week, you guys, Josh McDaniels is out of here. 1-4 won't cut it. 0-5 won't cut it. If we are not 2-3 after we leave Arrowhead going into the bye week, I do believe Josh McDaniels will be the fuck up out of here. That's how I'm feeling. My dog said, bring in Deion Sanders. At this point, man, shit. Whatever we can do to do it. I just want to win, man. I don't care who it is. I really don't care. I really don't give a shit who it is. I just want to win. I just want to win, man. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for another hell of a show. You guys showed up full force. 900 plus people in the building. I appreciate y'all, man. Wipe them feet on the way out. Also, go to Oaklosvegas.com for the merch. I'll catch y'all soon, man. I'm out, y'all. One.